Shalom, this is Mary Omni from the World Government House of King David, Holy Covenant Constitutional Enforcer. This is a Republic Notice. The title of this Republic Notice is called the Patrix Itch Bitching of the Black Judah Man. I kind of want to get into this subject as objectively as I can. But there's no way to do it but just to go straight at it, okay? The black man carries a serious bitch in him. Now, this bitch he carries in him is the piss bitch. Now, this piss bitch comes from patriarchal indoctrination subjugation syndrome. He's patriarchally indoctrinated and he's subjugated. So he develops a syndrome. Now, in his syndrome, he feeds his syndrome. The reason he feeds his syndrome is because most of them were raised by women, okay? If you just take the last 50 years, most of them was raised by women, and they don't want to acknowledge that they're from a matriarchal nation. See, the cure for his itching to scratch his piss bitch is to accept that the black Judah woman gives birth to the Mashiach and is the supreme woman on earth, okay? Instead, he scratches his itch bitch and his piss. The name of his itch bitch is piss. And he scratches it. And in this scratching of the piss, he tries to garner as many women as he can against the Judah woman. He tries to garner as much weaponry as he can against the Judah woman, because his piss bitch controls him. She's a dominating bitch. And this is why a lot of black women, it seems like, even though they want a black man, they don't want to deal with his piss bitch. Because as far as a black Judah woman is concerned, she gonna be the only, if you want to call her a bitch, she gonna be the only one. And she gonna be the one that is supreme in that constitution, okay? See, she's going to be the beautiful, interesting, together, charged hierarchy, okay? That's the bitch she's going to be. The hierarchy, okay? And she's going to be that, and therefore she's not going to put up with your piss bitch. Because your piss bitch, the bitch you want her to fall under and be subservient to, is bastard, initiated, treasonous, charged hoes. Bastard, initiated, treasonous, charged hoes. So you want this substitute. You want this substitute to dominate her home of this beautiful, interesting, together charged hierarchy that's in the Holy Covenant that gives birth to the Mashiach. She's cosmically charged. And that's why they say she a loud black woman. She cosmically charged. She's the wire of USA, live light. And you want her to take a back seat to some piss bitch whipped in your ass. Somebody whipped the piss bitch in you. And because they whipped the piss bitch in you, you want her to take a back seat under your whipped in piss bitch. And so when we started to part in the 60s, a lot of them had just had enough of your piss bitch, really. Now, although they still want a man, and she is a very hard woman to understand because she has the highest probably equilibrium on earth. She's probably the most balanced woman on earth, because she's been on the front line fighting demons for 500 years and giving birth and breastfeeding. You know, the black man had to just fight demons. He didn't have to give birth, and he didn't have to breastfeed, and he hasn't been for the last 50 years on the front line raising children by himself. Yet he feels as though he got a lot of itching of his piss bitch to scratch, and then to try to throw all his scratching residue at the black Judah woman. And I'm going to tell you now, brothers, she's not going to tolerate it. She's not going to tolerate you and your piss bitch Patrix, okay? She's not going to tolerate it. You know, she sees you in your delusion, thinking you're going to come back and you're going to control this and that. But Jeremiah 34:17 tells you no man will sit on King David's throne again. If you don't come to her as co-equal creators in order to get the Judah nation well in balance back to its God status, then at this point, a lot of you black men will be written off. Because remember, she has your rib. Now, if you don't want your rib, she can take your rib, and she is now not that a sitting, dutiful woman you want her to be, waiting for you and your piss bitch to get it together. She has your rib, so she has your essence. She has your spiritual essence. Her spiritual husband is in her. Now, she is sharing that with Gentile men, because I'm going to tell you, black women have been busy. I mean, I'm not one of them, but I admire the ones that have been busy. And let me tell you something. They building up the church for the Most High and giving him adopted sons who's going to stand with her now. And, you know we got Robert De Niro and President Obama, but we got Puerto Ricans, we got Arabs. Janet just hooked up with an Arab, and, you know, so we got some Arabs, Puerto Ricans, we got Italians, we got Irish, we got Hamites, we got other Israelites. Look at Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill, you know, by herself, she put a whole tribe of Marleys under constitutional and holy covenant protection. She made sure Bob Marley legacy was protected under the holy covenant. She took the seed and she allowed it to germinate within her being to progress it into full holy receivership. And so now she's in the Constitution, and she have more Bob Marley grandchildren, I believe, than possibly anybody. They all scattered into different places, but I'm saying her as one individual. She has a tribe of Bob Marley in elevating him, because he gave us credit as Buffalo Soldiers, and he elevated us. And she nixed all the world and Hollywood and said she got another mission to do. And this mission was her, in her female essence, doing the work that needs to be done in producing part of our heirs that is associated and connected with, you know, the tribe of Benjamin, and making sure Marley legacy is protected, okay? So they'll try to compete us against Jamaicans, but Lauryn Hill said, hey, you know, my children are heirs under constitutional supremacy. And I got a whole tribe of them, Jack, okay? So you ain't going to try to pit Jamaicans and Marley against us. Because Bob Marley said he got his beginnings and it was influenced by Curtis Mayfield anyway. But be that as it may, I'm saying Lauryn Hill wasn't the type of woman to put up with nobody piss bitch. Her mission was beyond any black man in America piss bitching, okay? You know? And so I'm saying a lot of women are like that, so she brought in other Israelites under the Holy Covenant protection. And I'm saying we got them from all. We got Hamites and everyone. So I'm saying she has your rib. So she has your spiritual manhood. And until you hook back with her, you just itching, pissy bitch. Okay? You just itching, pissing bitch a lot of times because she has your spiritual manhood. She has two husbands. She has a spiritual husband and she has the physical husband. Now, if you don't want to come back into your spiritual manhood, which cannot come into fruition without that black Judah woman, then she's going to take your rib, and that spiritual manhood is going to raise Gentile brothers to help build our nation on the inside, okay? Because while you outside the wall, itching and bitching and flapping gums, they coming inside the wall and preparing to give themselves a frequency raise with that black woman and their children a holy inheritance. So, I mean, they coming to get their frequency raised. They ain't going to be piss bitching on the corner like you as this earth moves up. These Gentile men and these men who's coming towards black women is smart enough to move up with it. They ain't going to be sitting eons later pointing a finger at Eve like some delusional freak on steroids, still pointing the finger at the mother of all living, still accusing the cosmic mother, which means that all they doing is floating. Really, they falling down, and they think they doing something because the newest thing to accuse Eve. And let me tell you, she never lost her standing as the mother of all living. So you accusing the mother of all living. There's nowhere in the Bible that says she lost her status as the mother of all living. So you in your non-spiritual manhood, sitting up there pointing at the cosmic mother and Eve in that itch piss bitch, that is pitch bitch that you need to scratch because you can't raise yourself to seek your spiritual manhood that you don't have outside of a black woman. You don't have it outside of a black woman. You don't have it outside of the Judah black woman. All you have is this itch bitch that you scratch, and you're in the kindergarten still pointing a finger at Eve, scratching a piss bitch in the kindergarten like you done contacted some little wingworm from your kindergarten mates that done played in the dirt. And so you're wingworming and itching and pissing and bitching. You know? That's what you look like to the cosmic. You contacting germ for your little kindergarten mates, and you're spreading around, and then you're itching, your piss bitch, but she got your rib. And guess what? Back in the day, they had something called 5%ers, okay? And with 4 or 5%, we could still move. And we do have more than 4 or 5%. So I'm telling you, the majority of your itch bitch scratchers, we see through you. And guess what? The abandonment of the black infant means you violated their 14th. So you losing covenant status, voting rights, and hierarchy in the wealth inheritance, okay? So you becoming the powerless. Even if you may inherit some of our divine inheritance, you will not be no major player violating that black infant, you know, because that black infant has 14 rights to both parents as co-extensive creators. You act like you don't have to parent him or be with him or give a damn about him. It's acting like you don't have no covenant rights, okay? So if you declare you ain't having no covenant rights, and we're going to have enough information, because we already know 70% of you is losing covenant power as we speak. Covenant power as we speak. So we're going to have more Gentile men with more covenant power than a lot of you. So you can stand up and believe God is a respecter of your little penis ass by yourself. God don't respect your penis ass by yourself. He don't respect your penis ass by yourself. If you ain't serving his nation of Judah and his Judah woman, which the Mashiach is born, you know, you an itch bitch scratching fool, okay? This is Mary Omni from the house of King David. Shalom.
This is Mary Omni from the house of King David. Shalom.